This is the 16th of June, 1983, and I have Eunice Pace and Yuba Franklin, her sister, and we're going to talk about Saluda in the old days, and this is Eunice.
The people came here from the south on the train with no cars, and they brought all their luggage and suitcases and trunks, and Bale Pace was a taxi man, and he would taxi them home, and all the people would gather at the post office every time the train would come. The passenger train would bring mail. We had 4 or 5 mails each day. And they would gather downtown. You'd think it was a little city. There were so many people. Daddy wouldn't let us come to town then because there were too many people. We were little, too many people.
Where the mountains rise to the southern sky, where the holly and the pine trees grow, we gather all at wisdom's call to the heart of the school we know. We sing to thee, Saluda, thy children we Saluda. Oh, may our song re-echo in praise of thee, Saluda.
The doctor told my parents that they had to get me out of the tropics every summer. And Saluda was the place that they purchased this property. And we're coming up here every summer, and all our friends, when you're in a foreign country like Cuba, you know people that speak the same language. So we would explain to them how nice it was up here, and we'd come up here, and from time to time we'd bring 1 or 2 of them up with us. And once they came up here and saw how nice it was and experienced it, they would decide that they'd rent, and then they liked it so well after they rented and came on their own for a while that they just decided that, well, why not purchase some property up here and have a place of their own, and that's what they did.
I used to come down and when I was growing up, 10, 12 years old, and help old ladies, I'd say, get off the train with their luggage and things, which I'd get a 10-cent tip or a quarter tip maybe. And it was very amusing to see all of the people come in from the south in the early spring and summer.
I'll tell you what was a shocker though, when those irreverent tourists came up in the summer, they wore shorts. Quite irreverent. Pretty legs though.
And you know, a lot of people say, oh, that's a nosy little town or a nosy little community. But there were such few people that everybody knew everybody else's business. But if something happened, they was right there to help.
Well, everybody here in Saluda, as I was growing up, is practically, this is where they learned to swim if they could swim. I can remember my grandmother standing on the back porch yelling at them, because there were apple trees back there. Quit chunking my apples, she'd say.
It was a sleeping porch. There were 2 sleeping porches. Mother and Daddy slept in the far sleeping porch, the one we call now the tree house. And I slept in this little one. And I would wake up in the night and you could hear the train coming up the mountain. Yeah, it was wonderful. I think I can. And then it would slow. I think I can. And then it would get to the top, and it was, you know, I thought I could, I thought I could, and then I knew I could, I knew I could, I knew I could, I knew I could. It was wonderful. And we do miss it terribly.
It's hard to talk about the church and not talk about my family at the same time, because my family has been in this church since its beginning about 1800 when they first located here. Our congregation on an average Sunday is about 50, and I would say that I am kin to about 45 of those 50s in some way or another.
Never been nowhere else. Born and raised in Saluda. Well, our father was reared in near Greenville County, Glassy Mountain, Dark Corner. He bought the land here in Saluda and started a dairy.